We had to have a brief intermission from working on the Malibu. We found the headers. The wife's Denali lost the transmission. All right, well, back in the shop, and I'm kind of dreading this part of it because this is going to kind of be nasty. I'm going to start trying to rip out the seats and carpet and all this kind of stuff and see what we got going on down there. I'm putting gloves on for this one. Well, at least here we can see what the original carpet looked like. I think there's a difference. I don't know what it is, but there's something different there. All right, so I'm gonna get in here and rip these seats out real quick. Not like you want to see the back of my head while I'm doing this because everything is way underneath these seats. So I'll bring you back in when we can see the floorboards. How about that? Okay, it's always the last one that gets you. And this little doodad right here split in half and left the threaded portion of it there on that stud. So had to get the old wonder wheel and break that dude out. So now I'm gonna fish all the seat belts out of this thing, try and get this seat out and see what's next. I'm sure it'll be something. I don't feel like fighting these old crusty seat belts, so I am going to nix them because we will not reuse them. So I have no problem getting rid of these. Somebody's probably screaming, but these aren't worth using. They are rusted, they are nasty, the wrong color. So all you G-Buddy guys, just buy good seat belts. And get this crap off of here so this stuff will come out. There's all kinds of stuff in here. All right, I bet it comes out now. There we go. Probably gonna take this out that way because my Camaro is sitting on this side and I really don't want anything to hit that car. All right, let's get this stuff out of here. Ugh. I really hoped on using this seat, but I will have to re-weld a bracket on this one if I decide to do so. But I don't know. The sliders are rusted up on it. May not be worth fixing. Alright, so we got that out. Alright, so let's get anything out of here we might actually reuse. I doubt it's the mirror, but get these old cables out of here. I hope those come out, because those usually don't. So, let's deal with seat belts next. See what we find. That's the only thing we found so far is an old hairbreadth, so nothing exciting here. Alright, wasn't sure if these are octagon or they're stars. I think they're stars. Pretty sure. Come on. That one's a bit. We get a breaker bar. See if we can make these do it. If not, get the impact. Get in here. Little hammer. Hopefully this just kind of corroded. Oh yeah, they're already not wanting to work. I'm gonna have to get in here. All right. Oh, that might have done it. There we go. All right, 2 down. 2 more to go. Star bit's looking a little rough. I'll try and leave all this junk in here and hopefully roll it up. I probably need to take these kick panels off. I don't know if that will pull out from underneath there or not. The glove box doesn't match. I'm just gonna see if I can get a handful of this and pull it out. I don't want to break the kick panels. I think back here is where, yep, I just pulled out, so no big deal. That's where the computer went. We don't care nothing about that. We just need this to come out. And this is going to be a problem. I'm going to have to cut that out because that bracket is still stuck to the floor. So I made sure to try and cut that with a cutting wheel real quick. I got part of it off. There we go. Okay, bracket's off, but we still got that stud sticking out of the floor. All right, let's see if this is going to come out. The seat is so broken down. There she goes. Don't look horrible. Definitely needs some upholstery. So I'm gonna have to get those seatbelt bolts out right there and right there to get this seat out. They look pretty crusty. That may that much rust right there, just not all the way through. I bet the Cordova top was dripping through the dome light. For it to have that much rust in the middle of a cab, something else. All right, things are getting messy here, so I'm going to have to move you guys back for a minute. Because I don't know what's going to come on with this thing. All right, let's keep these wire cutters handy because there's wires everywhere on this thing. Oh, there we go. Keep the hand crank. Some new light bulbs. I don't know how long those have been sitting in here. That's probably like some Best Buy or some Pet Boys stuff or something. Yeah. All right. Get out of here. Up. Here. Ow. Oh. Ow. Oh, what a mess. All right. Gotta lose this hoodie. Okay, so that's out. Everything with the back seat, and that's going to be a fight. So I'm going to have to WD-40 the snot out of those things. But it looks like, let's take a look at this. Turn my super duper sunlight on here. Whew, got me winded. All right, so this all looks good. That's just surface rust. We'll have to get all this stuff off, seat bracket deals off. These are what I was talking about, hidden behind all this mess. That bolt right there for the seat belt, that strap is holding that in. So I'm gonna have to deal with that. Some kind of a treasure ring, I don't know, kids' toys. All right, so, but right there is the only rust tool I've found in this car so far. Right there. That's a pretty good spot for water to drain. If they'd put a drain there instead of where it's underneath here. So that's going to be a hammer job. Most of this stuff is all surface rust. I mean, really, that seat nut right there. Oh, that's supposed to be there. That's where my nut wouldn't come off. So really, just some surface rust. So, not too bad. We will have to knock this dent out, because that right there is supposed to be body work by Brad. All right, that was supposed to be like that. Of course, all this glue and all this stuff here would keep anything from leaking out. So they cover up a hole that's supposed to be a drain hole and didn't drain. So other than that, that's good. I'm gonna have to spray that crap and that crap over there, let that set for a little while before I can get that rear seat out. I could just cut those brackets off and re-weld them, and I might actually do that. Let me turn the sun off here. There we go. Okay. Interior's out, except for the back seat. The trunk, pretty sure I showed you guys the other day. And this trunk looks awesome. Turn the sun back on, key lights. Boom. That's a good looking trunk. That needs to be vacuumed out. I swept it all into there. She's solid, boys. She's solid everywhere here. So, no worries in the trunk. I'm gonna WD-40 this stuff. Woo! There we go. All right, I'm gonna WD-40 this stuff, go get some lunch, let this set, and try and get that back seat out here in a little bit. See you, bye. Okay, so getting the shop cleaned back up. Got all the crap in the carpet and all that stuff loaded up. I also have everything that came out of the AC stuff. All that right there needs to go to the trash. Luckily enough, we've got a dumpster here. So I'm gonna cart all this stuff out and get rid of it. It is 26 degrees this morning and it's cold. So needless to say, in the shop. So I've got the propane burner going, the fireplace burning, trying to get this thing warmed up in here. We had to have a brief intermission from working on the Malibu because the wife's Denali lost a tranny. So we had to go drop that off to a company here in Oklahoma City. This transmission loaded up in the truck. I'm supposed to be driving my truck, but the wife's driving it. So yeah, I'm doing this in the Race Week trailer and with the Camaro. So not ideal, but I mean, it's gonna work, right? Let me get some attention at the transmission shop, I guess. Let me get this tractor put away, everything else I need loaded, and we're headed to Oklahoma City. They rebuilt this transmission for me in the same day. Dropped it off at 10 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, I had a so you cannot beat that kind of service. So luckily enough, we've got a brand new fresh 6L80 converter. Now I just got to put it all back in this truck. So I wasn't much in the mood to video pulling this thing out because GM over-engineered a few things and made it a pain in the butt. But I'm going to fix that. So, but anyway, so when we get the shop warmed up, got a few little messes to clean up from dealing with transmission, and then we're going to get back to it. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys and gals, I've about got this thing whipped, and then we're back on the Malibu. Getting closer. Little delay. All right, this turd is done, so we can get back on the Malibu. Cole showed up just in time to go for a ride along, and the wife's truck's good to go, so back to the Malibu. I got the Denali out, the wife is happy, and I got my truck back. So, we found the headers. All right, guys, well, we put out the word, and old Bill here answered. He's got a set of headers for us that are gonna fit the Malibu. They're probably a lot more than what we need because these are some Hooker super comps with split tubes and all kinds of stuff. So, we're here hanging out in his shop.
They're gonna work good.
We have got a lot of cool stuff in here to look at. This one's my favorite. I like some red, but this white and blue, man, that looks good too. We have got some parts here, and we got a jigsaw puzzle put together when we get home. Right. My boys can put Legos together like no other. I might turn them loose.
Get them out there.
Yep. So, but anyway, we appreciate you reaching out and saying, hey, we got some stuff. So, but
get her on the road.
Yep. Not much now. I needed headers, and then I can build my fuel system. I've got basically just an MSD and a billet distributor and stuff like that for it. So easy stuff. Easy stuff. This one's going to be nothing but simple and cheap. So he hooked us up. We're good to go. Going to pay the man, and my wife's sitting in the truck ready for something to eat.
Right.
So we'll see you guys later. Yes, Bill had the headers for us, and I've been in here all afternoon sitting by the fire cleaning headers, getting all the old gasket material and all that kind of stuff off these things. So hopefully they seal up right. But yeah, I was tickled to death to find these, and he was only about 30 minutes from the house, so it worked out awesome. But we do need to add $300 to our list of what we're spending so far. So we have transmission mount, motor mount, and headers. We're $300, which I'm pretty happy with that. And so that's the next thing on the list. The only thing I have left I need to buy, I need to order the fuel pump off Amazon, which I'm gonna run. I have a Holly Blue pump, but I went ahead and decided to run an inline pump. I do have the high PSI electric pump to carburetor regulator, so I can drop the pressure down 6, 7, 8 pounds, whatever I need on the motor, instead of running a full 100 PSI to it. So I've got that. So that was actually on the Camaro from before also. Other than that, I need some caps and flares for the aluminum fuel line. I had a regulator going to 2 individual lines going to the carburetor before on the Holly, which were these 2 lines here. And this is when it was a back half car. When I went through and put factory floors back in the car, I changed all this around. So I had these that went from the regulator to the carburetor, but I can't really use those, so I'm gonna just find an inline regular double pumper fuel feed, go that way. So we're getting closer to being able to put something together. Just keep thinking of things of what I need. See you in a bit.